Hi guys, welcome to the Immortal India podcast to yet another episode of the Did You Know series. Now, some say there are 330 million Devis and Devtas in the Hindu pantheon. Of course, some others say that there are 33 types of Devis and Devtas, types of gods. But did you know that we are not the only pagan idol worshipping culture in the world? The Greeks, Roman, Egyptians were all pagan cultures, were all idol worshipping cultures. They also prayed to idols and goddesses and many gods once upon a time, just like we do. Sadly, or just like we did, sadly, those cultures lost their pagan traditions. The gods and goddesses they worshipped have become museum pieces, while we still hold on, we Indians still worship our ancient gods and goddesses. In this episode of the Did You Know series, let me take you through some interesting similarities between the Greek and the Indian gods. Let's start with the king of the Greek gods, Zeus. The story of his birth, where he was hidden away from the goats by his mother Rhea to save him from his father Kronos. As parallels, there are similar to the divine interventions in our own Hindu legends. God of the sky Zeus, who lives on Mount Olympus, is like our Lord Indra. Like Lord Indra, he is the king of the gods and the ruler of heaven. He is the god of the sky and holds the thunderbolt in his hand. That sounds a lot like Lord Indra. Zeus favors mountain and water nymphs. Water nymphs are similar to our Apsaras. Like Lord Indra, Zeus also repeatedly faces attempts to overthrow him. Water plays an essential role in many cultures around the world, with various deities associated with it. The Greek god Poseidon is the god of the seas, wielding a powerful trident, a trishul, and he is known to cause earthquakes. Poseidon. For Hindus, Lord Varun is the ocean lord. Riding on an impressive makara or a crocodile, he controls everything from waves to rainstorms. Both Poseidon and Varuna are honored by seafarers and invoke both reverence and fear. By the way, I don't know how many of you know the motto of the modern Indian Navy is Shan no Varunaha. So here's an exercise for you. Find out the meaning of this motto and comment below. I'll repeat, Shan no Varunaha. Next, we venture into the shadows with Hades, the god of the underworld, and Lord Yamaraj, the one who presides over the realm of death in the Indian pantheon. Hades, ruling the Greek underworld besides Persephone, mirrors Yamaraj's dominion over death. Though we must note here that Hades is not the god of all afterlife, only the underworld. Lord Yamaraj is escorting dogs, Sharvara and Shama, guide souls across the river Vaitarni to reach Yamlok, paralleling Hades' realm beyond the river Styx to Hades' Lok, maybe you can call it that. Okay, bad joke, sorry. Their narratives connect life and death, emphasizing the balance between existence and the afterlife. Do you know that we, as in Indians, are the only culture who actively pray to the goddess today? We are the only surviving goddess worshipping culture. The female deity had an important place in other cultures too, but that got wiped out as the one male god religions started gathering more importance in the Middle East and the West. For some reason, these one male god religions saw the worshipping of goddesses as particularly evil and were very violent towards them. In any case, coming back to the ancient goddesses, like the goddess Athena from the Greek pantheon, she was born from Zeus's forehead and is known for her smart thinking, good strategies in war also, by the way, and her skills in the crafts and the arts. She is the goddess of civilization and good manners. We can find similarities between her attributes and a combination of our very own Goddess Saraswati and Goddess Durga. Interestingly, there are goddesses in our culture who have male counterparts in Greece. Very interesting. One such example is Lord Varun's wife, Varuni. She is also called Madira, by the way. Goddess Varuni, she is also called Madira. Obviously, Madira, we all know what it means, hence, she is the goddess of wine. Whereas the Greek god Dionysus, who's a male, the Greek god Dionysus is the god of wine in that pantheon. Some believed, at least some said in ancient times, that Dionysus carried wine from India to Greece on a chariot in those times, in ancient times. The list of pagan gods and goddesses is endless, not just in the Greek culture, but also the Romans and Egyptians. For example, Lord Vishvakarma, the divine craftsman, has similarities to the Greek god Hephaestus. Both create celestial tools shaping destinies with their craftsmanship. And interestingly, Hermes, not the brand Hermes, the god Hermes, who is the god of roads and communication, can be equated to Narada Muni. They were both mischievous with their words. Quite cool to have a brand named after Rishi Narada also. Cool. Okay. Not just in divinity, but we can draw many parallels in our heroes. Inspirations to us, they surpass the human condition and become archetypes. Heroes show us our capacity to become our best, almost godlike. Like Hercules, a man who, like Arjun, went through many challenges fighting for good over evil. Away from the Greeks, there are many parallels to be found in the Roman gods too. And I'm sure you're aware the Roman pantheon was actually deeply inspired by the Greek pantheon. For example, Mars, the warrior god, the Roman warrior god, much like the Greek Ares, and like our god, Lord Karthik, was the commander of the army of the gods. Or the Roman Jupiter, similar to Lord Indra, and sometimes Guru Brihaspati as well. Or how about Minerva, like our goddess Saraswati, and many more. I'm sure you can, Google and explore and just read a lot more. You'll find wondrous similarities in our pantheons. Many of us Hindus like to think that we are unique, but there are many other ancient cultures like us who are also nature worshippers, idol worshippers, goddess worshippers, etc. So we weren't unique. There were others like us too. It's just that those ancient cultures got wiped out by invaders, while we Hindus stubbornly survived despite the invasions that we suffered. Imagine a world where a majority of the people had ideas and a belief system that was similar to ours, where there were massive temples in every town and city, and the hustle bustle of its inhabitants following similar rituals as we do today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found this episode enlightening, and do give it a thumbs up and subscribe and like below for notifications for more such timeless tales. When we launch the next episode, you'll get a notification. Share thoughts on similarities between different ancient cultures in the comments below as well. Until our next adventure, keep exploring and celebrating the stories that unite us all. Jai Hind.